Hello, welcome back to BookNerdTV. I know it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Has it been a year? It maybe has been a year. Maybe at this point, even more than a year. I don't really remember. I also didn't look before I sat down to shoot this video, so it is what it is. I have found, I think, that it is best for me to strike while the iron is hot. Weird metaphor for reading books, but here we are. So yeah, also I had not been reading very much, especially since I wasn't participating in the BookTube prize. So since I didn't participate, the motivation sort of really ebbed. Mostly probably because reading nonfiction and historical books about the United States and sort of the history of the United States can be a bit depressing and soul killing. So I realized that I just couldn't maintain that. I just didn't want to do it. So for about, I don't know, 6, 8 months, I didn't read anything. Well, that's not true. I probably listened to a couple of books. For sure, I listened to a couple of books, but I've even stopped that recently because I was listening to a Hannah Arendt book and I just did not have the bandwidth. Still don't have the bandwidth to listen to that book. So then I started listening to The Three Body Problem. So I am maybe halfway through listening to Three Body, and I had to stop listening to that. Not had to, but I just kind of petered out on listening to that because Three Body Problem is also not a cheerful, uplifting book, at least for me to this point. So maybe I'm a third or maybe a little short of halfway through the book listening. Remember, I'm listening to it. It was at the beginning of this year. Right, it was the beginning of this year. I picked up a book. I was in an actual physical bookstore. Or did I order these? Neither here nor there. So I procured 2 books by Travis Baldree. I think that's the way you pronounce his name, their name, the author's name, and read the sequel to Legends and Lattes, and I enjoyed that a great deal. And so, of course, I now have the pre-sequel and Legends and Lattes back there. I am planning to read Legends and Lattes maybe sometime this year. I mean, since I really like the first book, if it's something I really like, I tend to hold on to the later book simply because I enjoyed it. And so going back to that world, I want to savor it. So I'm not in a rush to finish that. But the book that I am going to read next is the last book in the Murderbot series. Actually, my plan, I think, is to reread everything up to the last installment of the Murderbot series insert book here. Because I've been watching the Apple TV version of it. I do have thoughts. I don't know if I'm ready to express all those thoughts or if I've clearly formulated those thoughts yet. So I thought I might do that in this, but I'm not. I'm gonna wait. And because I think today, I think the last episode of the series was last week or today or a couple of weeks ago. I'm always behind on everything because, again, like to savor. So when I finish the series, I may just like binge watch so I can sort of get all the thoughts together in a coherent outline to sort of sit down and talk about. I don't know if I'm going to go episode by episode yet. We'll see what my thoughts are on the series, on the Murderbot series. I can't say since I have watched it, it's entertaining enough to keep me coming back. It is not the books. I'm having to take the TV series as its own thing and not a true and exact copy of the books, because it is not that. Although, there are storylines that are recognizable, and then there are others that are like, I didn't get that reading the book, but neither here nor there. I think I'll save that for sort of my review of the TV series after being just a huge fan of the books. I think I've read the first book 4 times, but they're novellas, so they're really easy to sort of consume in a day or so. And again, like I said, I think I'm going to do that so that I can sort of get caught up, so that I can finish the last book in this. I'm not the last book in the series, but the last book published in this series. And yeah, and I can do that and then sort of maybe juxtapose books versus TV series and give my thoughts. And although I will say the actress that plays Mensa, I love her. I love her. I love her. I think she's amazing. And then I'll save anything else about the televised character for later. Which means, of course, that I plan to start posting more videos again. Don't ask me how long this is going to last. I don't know. It may have a run of a couple of 2-3 months, and then, things may happen and I may stop. But I think what I want to do with this channel, pivot, I think what I want to do with this channel is pivot a bit and talk not just about books, but about this transition that I've been going through in my life. Well, for the last 7 years. Yeah, 7 years. It's been since I retired. I am a retired lady, a lady who lunches. I mean, although I don't really lunch, but neither here nor there. It's been interesting. And I say none of that in a negative way, but it's just something I want to talk about. And I thought about creating a whole other channel to discuss it, but I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to talk about it here. For those of you who interact with the channel, if you like that stuff here, let me know. If you think it might be better to have that somewhere else, then let me know that as well. As a retiree, pensioner, second half of life is interesting. It's a whole thing. It's a whole life transition, and I want to talk about it. This is probably going to end up being a whole other channel, but for right now, it'll be here until I decide to launch something somewhere else, okay? Anyway, weird video to come back on, but hey, for the veterans who are sort of taking a peek at what she posted something, hi, how are y'all doing? And thanks for taking a peek. Thanks for watching the video. For those of you who, I don't know who would be new here, but if you are, welcome. There is this whole sort of back catalog of nonfiction, mostly, I think, nonfiction book discussions, reviews, and we're going to kick this off with Murderbot discussion, I think, and another book that I read recently, whose name I cannot think of right now, but I will put somewhere on the screen. And so I think if I don't come back with Murderbot next, that will be the book that I discuss, because I really enjoyed that book. That's probably right here or right here. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's good to be back, but I can't promise. I'm not promising consistency. I'm telling you that right now, but I will do the best I can. And thank you if you've hung out with me, if you've paid attention to the fact that I posted a video and you actually wandered over here to take a look at what I'm doing. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next one.